Hello and welcome. This is Notibot ENG. Tonight, we bring you a roundup of the latest developments in the region. Tensions between Ukraine and Russia are escalating as military targets come under attack. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts to ease tensions with Iran continue, but progress has been slow. In a surprising move, Pakistan has emerged as a mediator in talks between the US and Iran. And on the regional front, key foreign ministers from Saudi Arabia and Iran are set to discuss their country's interests. We'll break down these stories for you tonight. A devastating escalation in the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia has hit two key infrastructure targets, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. In a latest escalation of the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, Ukrainian drones targeted two key infrastructure sites on Tuesday. First, they struck the fertilizer plant owned by Fosagro PJSC, a Russian company that is one of the largest producers of nitrogenous fertilizers in the world. The attack resulted in significant damage to the facility, according to reports from Bloomberg. Just hours after the attack on the fertilizer plant, Ukrainian forces launched another drone strike at a major oil refinery owned by Rosneft, Russia's state-owned oil company. The refinery is located near the city of Baku, and it has been producing crude oil for decades. Details about the extent of the damage are not yet available. According to Ukraine's military officials, the attacks were carried out as part of a broader campaign to disrupt Russian commodities exporters who are benefiting from higher prices due to the ongoing conflict in Iran. The Iranian city of Kamshin has been the site of fighting between Iranian forces and rebels, which has disrupted oil supplies to the global market. The attack on the fertilizer plant and oil refinery is seen as a strategic move by Ukraine to limit Russia's ability to export key commodities, including fertilizers and crude oil, at higher prices. This could have significant implications for the global economy, particularly for countries that rely heavily on Russian imports. The situation remains fluid, with both sides accusing each other of launching attacks on civilian infrastructure. We now turn to a developing crisis in the Middle East, as Iran's overtures to the United States take an increasingly tense and diplomatic form. In a move that has significant implications for regional stability, Iran has reportedly sent a message to the US through Pakistan outlining its red lines in any potential deal. According to Iranian state media, Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi is acting within established diplomatic channels to clarify Tehran's stance on key issues. The messages are believed to focus on Iran's positions on nuclear issues and the Strait of Hormuz, two areas that have been contentious points in US-Iran relations for years. The report suggests that these discussions with Pakistan are not part of formal negotiations, but rather an effort by Iran to ensure its concerns are taken into account. Pakistan has a long history of facilitating communication between Iran and other regional actors, including the US. This role has allowed Islamabad to play a key broker in regional disputes, making it a crucial player in any efforts to resolve tensions between Iran and the West. The significance of this development lies in its potential to shape the trajectory of US-Iran relations. With tensions remaining high following the US withdrawal from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, in 2018, any clarification on Iranian red lines could have far-reaching implications for regional security. Iran's stance on nuclear issues and access to the Strait of Hormuz are critical concerns for the country, and a clear understanding of these positions is essential for any potential deal with the US. As tensions remain high, this move by Iran may provide insight into its intentions and how it plans to navigate the complex web of regional dynamics. In a diplomatic move that follows ongoing tensions in the Middle East, Moscow has confirmed plans for a high-stakes meeting with Iran. Russia has confirmed that Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi will visit Moscow for talks with Russian officials. This development comes as tensions in the Middle East continue to escalate. According to Russia's foreign ministry, Araghchi's visit is aimed at holding talks with Russian officials regarding the latest status of the negotiations and ceasefire in Syria. The Iranian foreign minister's meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday will be a crucial moment in these discussions. Araghchi's visit has been seen as an attempt to mediate between Russia and Iran, both of which have significant interests in the Syrian conflict. As a key player in regional politics, Iran is keen to ensure that its allies are not caught off guard by developments on the ground. The talks between Araghchi and Russian officials may provide some insight into the complexities of the Syrian crisis. The ceasefire has been repeatedly breached since it was agreed upon in March, and the situation remains volatile. With the help of Iranian diplomats, Russia hopes to find a way to stabilize the conflict and pave the way for a lasting peace. Russia's move also comes as the country faces increasing pressure from Western powers over its involvement in Syria. By engaging with Iran on this issue, Russia may be seeking to find common ground with one of its key allies in the region. The outcome of these talks will be closely watched by diplomats and analysts around the world, who are eager to see how the conflict can be resolved without further escalation. A crucial round of U.S.-Iran peace talks is on hold as tensions between the two nations escalate, bringing the conflict perilously close to a 2-month mark. Good evening, I'm your name, and this is a recap of the latest developments in the ongoing Iran crisis. Efforts to revive peace talks between the U.S. and Iran have hit a roadblock, with tensions escalating over the past 2 months. The latest setback came when U.S. President Donald Trump canceled a planned trip by his top envoys to Tehran, citing concerns about Iranian aggression. The cancellation was seen as a major blow to negotiations, which had been underway since July. However, it's unclear what exactly prompted Trump's decision. The Iranian government responded by saying it would not negotiate with the U.S. so long as it felt threatened. Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, has repeatedly expressed skepticism about the U.S.'s intentions, and the country's military has increased its response to perceived threats from the U.S. This includes a series of drone strikes against U.S. personnel in Iraq and Syria. The crisis has significant implications for global security and stability. The Iran-U.S. conflict is already straining relations between the two countries' allies, including Saudi Arabia and Israel. A wider war could draw in other nations, including Russia and China. The stalled talks also raise concerns about the future of the nuclear deal, which was negotiated under Trump's predecessor, Barack Obama. The U.S. withdrew from the agreement last year, citing concerns about Iran's ballistic missile program. However, many experts believe that the deal remains a crucial framework for preventing a wider conflict in the region. As tensions in the Middle East continue to escalate, Iran's Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian is set to meet with his Saudi counterpart today. In a phone call that shed some light on the increasingly tense situation in the Middle East, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi spoke with Saudi Foreign Minister Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud yesterday. According to a statement issued by Tehran, Araghchi briefed his counterpart on Iran's efforts to bring an end to the ongoing war and reduce tensions in the region. The discussion between Araghchi and Al Saud comes as ceasefire talks between Yemeni parties have reached a stalemate. The conflict has been raging for nearly 7 years, resulting in thousands of civilian casualties and widespread destruction. The Saudi-led coalition has been at odds with Iran-backed Houthi rebels over issues of territorial control and regional influence. The conversation between Araghchi and Al Saud marks the first time the two have spoken directly since tensions escalated following a series of attacks on oil facilities in Saudi Arabia attributed to Yemeni rebels. This incident sparked outrage from Riyadh, which has been conducting military operations against Houthi targets in Yemen. The phone call highlights the ongoing efforts by regional powers to find common ground and reduce hostilities. Iran has long supported the Houthi rebels, while Saudi Arabia views them as a proxy force for Iranian influence in the region. As the situation on the ground remains volatile, any signs of diplomatic progress are seen as a potential step towards peace. The discussion between Araghchi and Al Saud underscores the significance of maintaining open communication channels in the face of rising tensions. By engaging with each other directly, both sides aim to avoid further escalation and lay the groundwork for a more constructive dialogue. That's all for tonight's news recap. Thank you for watching. For the latest updates on global events, be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Stay informed, stay vigilant. We'll bring you more breaking news as it happens. Until next time, good night, and thank you for your trust in our reporting.